And welcome back. Continuing to work on the right flap. Here I'm starting to put all the pieces together, get everything matched up. As you see, working on the nose skin and doing the break on both the upper and lower surfaces. And again, this is just to make sure that the seam between the nose skin and the rest of the flap skins is a good seam to where it doesn't pillow between the rivets. Now the majority of this video is going to be assembling the flap together and kind of doing a dry fit, and then match drilling a lot of the nose ribs and the rest of the ribs with the skin. For the most part, you don't have to do a whole lot of match drilling in this whole project. That's one of the nice things, nice improvements on the 14. I believe it's the 14 and the 12 both have a little bit more precision drilling from Vans, and so you end up not having to do a whole lot of match drilling, whereas previous models you'd have to assemble everything with a dry fit, match drill all the holes of the skins to the ribs and various components, take it all apart, deburr it, and then put it back together for the final assembly. And that's not the case for a lot of these pieces. There's still some to be done, but for the most part it's plug and play. So I've got a frame and all the skins attached and getting ready to do some of the, like I said, some of the match drilling. Now some of the nose ribs still have clecos together to hold the doublers to the nose ribs, and also the flap attachment bracket subassemblies. Those nose ribs are attached to those brackets that are sticking out. Problem was that some of the clecos kind of interfered and spread the nose ribs apart a little bit. So some of the nose ribs you had to undo one side of clecos so you can get the other one to line up correctly. But it's just a matter of kind of moving aside one way or the other and then lining it back up just to make sure you're not elongating any holes, you're matching them up correctly. And that's what you see me doing here. Like I said, removing the clecos so I can move the rib to one side to make sure it's lined up. And then going through and match drilling all of the holes on the trailing edge wedge. Again, when you do that part, you want to make sure that you are drilling 90 degrees from the chord of the wing, and so you're not drilling at a perpendicular to the skin, but basically you're going through the chord at a perpendicular angle. And that's, if you draw a straight line from the nose of the flap to the center of the nose to the flap to the center of the trailing edge, and then you're perpendicular to that, if that makes sense. So here in the last video I talked about lining up the subassemblies, the flap attachment subassemblies with the hardware and washers. That's what I'm doing here. Just making sure that everything is snug so it doesn't move, so I can make sure that it's lined up correctly, because I have to match drill the holes on the back end of the subassemblies. Basically, you're going to use those holes to rivet the subassemblies together. And so you want to make sure that they're lined up correctly before you match drill. As I said in the last video, only the left half of each of those subassemblies has the holes drilled into them. I still have to match drill the right half. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. That's what I'm doing here. And there's 4 holes. I was able to do 3 of the 4 holes while it was all assembled. And what I ended up doing to get the 4th one is, once I took everything apart, and you'll see here in just a bit, is I just clecoed those together where I had already match drilled to get that last hole. Excuse me. So I'm going to start taking all this apart, and we'll go back and do all of the deburring of the spar and we'll paint the ribs and basically get everything ready to final assemble. Again, there's just a few things I have left to do. As you see here, this is where I cleco the holes together and then drill that final hole on the sub-assemblies. So as I start to do some of the rest of the prep work here before final assembly, I'm going to go ahead and let this video run out here. Again, for those that continue to watch these videos, I appreciate it. If you get a chance, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit that alarm bell and you'll get notifications anytime I put out a new video. This thing's coming along pretty quickly, and the right wing is now almost complete as I'm editing this video, and looking forward to finally getting it all put together. We'll see you guys next time.